So now that we've set up the homepage, we want to set up the primary sidebar in the blog area. So let me show you where that's located. So if I just kind of scroll down here and let's say I click on the Lakelands, this is going to open up a blog post about the Lakelands. So when you do that, you'll see there will be a picture here, of course, but we haven't done any photos yet. But you'll see like all the information about the Lakelands, blah, 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 blah. And the right-hand side, this is the blog primary sidebar. So you can see it's kind of congested. It has a lot of stuff here that's not really necessary or needed. But what I like is I like the find a homes. So no matter what blog post anyone's looking at, they can search for a home. It could be a blog post about dog parks and they can search for a home. And I also like the stay up to date because then we can collect leads from there. And I like the search bar. And then I also like the categories here. So we're going to worry about that in just a second. But I like this where they could click on like, shopping, outdoors, hiking trails, those types of things. So let's go ahead and go to the back end of WordPress. And again, we're in the appearance where it says widgets, okay? So we have the primary sidebar open here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start deleting a whole bunch of things, okay? So I'm gonna delete recent posts because that's not helpful. I'm also gonna delete recent recent comments because that's not helpful either. I'm gonna delete the archives. And the categories are great. Meta is not helpful. Find a home is extremely helpful. So I'm going to move that actually up right above the search bar. Text is not helpful. And we want to be able to collect leads. So I'm going to keep the e-news extended update available here. And then featured listings, I'm actually going to delete this because you're going to have to keep up to date with all of your listings if you don't delete this. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete. You can keep it up there if you'd like. And then search again, we don't need that twice, so I'm going to go ahead and delete. Now, that is going to look probably pretty good. So let me go ahead and go to the website, and then I'm just going to, I should have refreshed actually, but it's no problem. We can just go down here and then click on the Lakelands. And then let's see what the blog sidebar looks like now. So search bar, find a home, categories, and then stay up to date. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this search down to categories. So let's move that down just like that and stay up to date. I'm actually going to move the stay up to date too. So e-news extended stay up to date. I'm going to move that to the top. Let's refresh. Okay, so stay up to date and then find a home, and then they can search the site and then view the categories. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so the only thing that I can maybe recommend is maybe adding like social media icons here. So let's go ahead and head over back to the search bar. And so we have some options. So, I mean, you could even do, there's pretty much anything. It's endless. You can do like your user profile here to put a picture of yourself and like, hi, I'm Joe and all that stuff. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to go to where it says simple social icons. Let's see where that is. Simple social icons. Okay, so I'm going to just take this and then drag it up to the top here. And whoops, it's got to go all the way to the top. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, and I'm not going to put a title in here, but I will. You can change the colors if you want to. Align. I'm going to do align left. No, let's do align center. And you're going to, again, put in your Facebook, your Instagram, those types of things. So for now, I'm just going to put hashtag. And then I'm going to do LinkedIn and YouTube. Save. Now when I go back to the page and I refresh, I should be able to see some social icons here. So there we go. Okay, so that's totally optional. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I think it just makes it a little bit better for people to follow you. So if they happen to see a blog post on hiking, then they're like, oh, wow, I really like what this person does. I want to follow that person on YouTube. Okay, so that's how that works. All right, so I'm going to make a small change to the copy where it says the e-news extended. So stay up to date, sign up for free updates from Agent Focus. That doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm just going to put something like free updates. Okay, never miss a thing in Pleasantville. Let us keep you in the loop. Get weekly. Let's do get fun upcoming events delivered to your inbox weekly. So who wouldn't want that, right? Everyone wants upcoming events, especially fun upcoming events delivered weekly right in their inbox, because we still rely on newspapers for that. No one reads the newspaper anymore. So now no one really knows where to go to get events. So I always use that call to action. So let's go ahead and do a quick save on this. Instead of sign up, I'm going to do something like get updates. And then email address. First name, we're not going to do last name. So first name, email address, updates. Okay, click save. And there it is. Free updates, never miss a thing in Pleasantville. Let us keep you in the loop. Get fun upcoming ones delivered to your inbox weekly, and then get updates. Okay, so I am just going to just add a little bit of room here. And instead of get updates, I'm going to do join us as the call to action button. Okay. So we'll do join us instead of the get updates right here. Perfect. Now there's one other thing I want to show you. So if I go back to the Lakelands post, this is kind of like more of like a landing type of a page blog post, but let me show you something. So if I click on category number 1, these are going to be more typical style blog posts. So like make it sparkle, 8 tips for adding instant curb appeal, those types of things, right? So I'm going to scroll down and I'm just going to click on this one, for instance. And I want to show you one option that we do have. So like, let's say this is the blog post. That's great. But it says like more post. And so what it's going to happen is it's going to show 4 images here. And then the titles of the images will all be linked down here. But you can also put your name as far as like you being the author of doing this. And I do recommend you do that because you want to get credit for all these posts. You want people to see your name and your face over and over and over again, right? So we're going to go ahead and add an author here. And the way that you do that is if you go back to the back end of WordPress and then you click on users, and we've already been here once before, so you'll be very, very familiar with this. You'll click on your user. We're going to click edit. And then you can write a bio here. So you can write something like, I'm just going to put gibberish here for now. Perfect. And then when you scroll down, you'll see where it says enable author box on users posts. I'm going to check yes. And then when I update the profile, now when I refresh this blog post of the Make It Sparkle, now you can see that I have like my little face and my name right here. So that's exactly what you're going to want to do to make sure that you get credit for all these posts. And again, people are just seeing your name over and over and over again. Okay. So I recommend doing that, and I'll see you in the next video.